Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I occasionally talk about music on my channel, specifically in those collection update videos, but I've never actually done an album review before. A big part of that is really a question of time. I keep myself really busy, but I'd be lying to you if it weren't a bit of imposter syndrome going on here. I feel comfortable talking about film and specifically games, seeing that this is closely related to my work as a game developer. But rarely do I publicly express my thoughts on music, especially in a detailed form. And it is a bit weird because I do listen to a lot of music. So, fuck it. Here goes my first album review. I was actually at my Christmas party when I happened to be talking with a friend about Little Simz, and we were discussing about how Sometimes I Might Be an Introvert is just an excellent album, really one of the best albums of last year. And lo and behold, the next day I get to work and I realize, oh my god, Little Simz actually put out an album that I had no idea was out like 2 days ago. It's an impressive feat considering just how epic and grandiose her previous album was. Honestly, I assumed it would probably be a shorter album, seeing just how much of a massive undertaking the previous album was. But shame on me. I should have known better than to underestimate Simbi. This is a meaty 10-track album that's just shy of 50 minutes. The opening track, Angel, is a nearly 6-minute passionate reflection on her rise to stardom. It was love at first sight. I instantly knew that this was going to be a special album. Honestly, it made my day to just discover that the album exists. It's an extremely dense cut lyrically, but oh so delicate instrumentally. It was a delicious and extremely charming first impression. The next track, Gorilla, though a bit less my cup of tea instrumentally, is still filled to the brim with lyrical wizardry. Honestly, Little Simz is cementing herself as one of the lyrical virtuosos of our generation. Her rapping is so clean and precise. I continue to marvel at her talent. This track was absolute fire from beginning to end. Silhouette is perhaps one of the tracks I'm less keen on at the moment, but I imagine that might change over time. It's 6.5 minutes long, and the latter half is a progressive, orchestral, and gospel outro. It's quite glorious, but perhaps a bit long-winded. However, there's a big contrast between the ending of this song and the next track, which is a pretty awesome moment for me. No Mercy is clearly a highlight on the album for me. It's an instant hit with a potent message about the music industry. The next two tracks, X and Heart on Fire, are some of the tracks I'm least fond of for now. X, very much like Silhouette, is a 6-minute track that features these grandiose orchestral and gospel moments. X, very much like Silhouette, features these very grandiose orchestral moments that feel epic as hell and feature these extended gospel vocals. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on it, but once again I found it to be a bit long-winded, especially the second time around. And I have somewhat similar impressions on Heart on Fire. Once again, I'm keeping the door open. The album is still quite fresh in my mind and has room to grow on me. The 7th track is Broken, and it is an ambitious 7.5-minute long track about stress and mental health. It's a powerful track that I'll be digesting for quite a while. I'm constantly blown away by her choice of words and her unstoppable flow, even on a song as big and complex and layered as this one. From here on out, the rest of the album is an absolute slam dunk in my opinion. It's a slow and pleasant ramp down from this really big and complex track up until the end of the album. I love the vibe and samples used on Sideways, a very short 2-minute track, by far the shortest on the album. And the melancholic groove on Who Even Cares is quite a departure stylistically from the rest of the album, but personally, I found it very pleasing and comforting. Finally, the album ends with Control, a beautiful, soulful piano outro with even more lyrical prowess from Simbi. Overall, it's a very solid album. A tiny bit long-winded in some areas of the album, but even in those moments, there is gold to be found. I'm sure with more time and consecutive listens, I will find more beauty to extract from this album. This album was a huge surprise for me since I had no idea it was coming out and instantly captured my attention. Little Simz is without a doubt one of the ultimate rap MCs out today, and I can't wait to dive back into her music. I'm going to give No Thank You an 8.5 out of 10. And that is all for today. Honestly, I have no idea how often I'll be doing album reviews. Music is a huge part of my life and is very much the fuel that powers the creativity of my soul. What I can promise you is that I'll do a review from time to time when it feels appropriate. As always, wishing you and your loved ones nothing but the best. Take care and talk to you soon.